Hello and welcome to the Madhouse UK podcast. I'm Steve Tierney. I promised that I'd come back on Friday and we'd have a chat about the 5 new areas, and that's what I've come to do. So for those players who've been waiting for the 5 new areas eagerly, one particular player who's been very keen for me to tell you what they are, I've sort of kept up, been teasing him for a few days, but obviously I'll have to do it eventually. But first of all, really hope that you've all had a fantastic Christmas and had a really nice Boxing Day and everything's gone really well. I'm not sure if everyone does Boxing Day as well as the UK. I think you do. Anyway, presuming everyone all over the world does, hope you've had a good time and got lots of great presents. I certainly did. Very pleased with Christmas Day was fantastic. Delicious dinner and then wonderful presents as well. Really pleased with everything I got. So it's all going well. And I'm now back at work. I've been at work all day today on getting Dungeonworld ready to run. I've got a slight problem with the run of Dungeonworld, and that is that something like 120 player positions have not got their orders in yet. Now, we always get some, 30 sometimes, or 35, something like that, but we very rarely get over 100 like this. I've checked the system. Everything seems to be working okay, so I don't think it's a fault at this end. So I'm guessing people have just been really busy over Christmas and forgot or haven't managed to do it yet. So I sent out a reminder on the main Yahoo group. And I've also emailed some players who've gotten multiple positions that are missing to let them know that they're not in yet. I'm going to see how it goes. If I haven't got lots of them in by midnight, I might wait and run the game tomorrow night. I don't like to do that because I have promised I'm always going to try and run it on a Friday night, but that's mostly to help the US players get their stuff out in the post in time. But that's not quite so important over Christmas because post is going to be bad anyway. So we'll just see how it goes. The other reason is because I don't want to fall behind in the turn deadlines because I always go skiing, as most of you know. Players who've played Dungeonworld know I go skiing, and I'm going the first week of February, and I've timed it so that the dates should work so that the turns will run smoothly and there shouldn't be any time out. But if I lose a few days now, that could cause a problem with the knock-on effect on the other turn deadlines. We'll see how it goes. We'll play it by ear. Anyway, the 5 new areas. I know you're keen to hear about this, particularly you, Paul. So what have we got? We've got the first one, which is called Aid to Jobler, and I will read what it says about that. It says, the City Council of Jobler, by instruction of their current Duchess, Marinda Reinhardt Soldi, has been building a great machine in the caverns beneath the city. Unfortunately, something has been killing the workers, something that has crawled into the tunnels from an even darker place. Marinda has asked the Raven for assistance, and he has pledged the Poldoon Border Scouts to aid her city. Now, Poldoon Border Scouts who wish to can reaffirm their loyalty to the Raven and help Jobler with its little problem. This is open only to members of the Poldoon Border Scouts who hold the Raven's coin. A new pledge will be required to serve the Raven as their primary master if you want to. That's a requirement of every volunteer. So you're kind of being put on the spot here. The Raven wants to know who are still his men and women and who aren't, because the Raven has now taken Poldoon to be a standalone city and not part of Bernie. And that's a story that's continuing to play out. So this is crux time. If you're a holder of the Raven's coin and you want to take part, well, you've got a decision to make. So there you go. The second one is called Last Man Standing. It says, the dark god Thum, god of hunting, is known to occasionally wake from his slumber and run a betting game for demons and demigods. He takes adventurers from the world and pits them against each other in a terrifying arena of monsters and traps until only one is left standing, and that one wins a relic of great power. Thum has roused and is snatching competence for his game. So this one is available to new characters only, and you can have a maximum of 2 characters per actual player, not per position, per player. Any non-new characters who find their way into this one will immediately be eradicated from the game. You have been warned. Now that's because the game's a big game. There are lots of magical ways to travel. Sometimes when I say only a certain sort of character can go to a place, people can find ways to use the game system to get their characters in there anyway. If you do that, boom, you'll be gone. So you've been warned. Don't do it. Don't cheat or you'll get smashed. So just to let you know that this is PvP combat. It's allowed. It's outside of the realms of Bernie in a pocket dimension, so you won't be breaking the law if you kill one another. That's the main reason that I've said only for new characters. Don't want existing characters to be beating up each other, although who knows, if this goes well, maybe that's a future thing that we can do. You'll be able to choose your class. You start with nothing, but there'll be lots to scavenge, and the aim is to survive against all odds and to win a great bounty. Now you can work together to get there, but at some point there's only got to be one left standing. See how it goes. Number 3 is called The Great Little Dungeon. This one was designed by Terry Leggio. I don't know how you say that last name. Sorry, Terry. No one's ever told me, so I'm just guessing. And this is the story. Many years ago, Dr. Fedler was experimenting with elixirs, potions, and alchemicals using goblins as his subjects. His cruel manipulation ended in tragedy as the strange and altered goblins escaped. Since that time, these bizarre and malicious creatures have been digging and making a home, and now they are ready to get revenge on the races they hate, humans and their allies. Can you stop them? So you can move starting characters to the location. There is a maximum of 3 characters per player for this one, or you can start new characters there. Number 4, called Secrets of Drakator, and this is by Terry Keitlinger. This dungeon was designed by him. These are both the ones I've previously talked about and said I was going to bring into the game, and here we are as promised. When Kreskin Lau was experimenting, centaurs were not all that he created. So those of you who don't know the history of Dungeonworld, Kreskin Lau was the creator of the centaur race. The ruins of a lost city have been found. Amid the ruins' strange and terrible secrets, dare you venture forth? This is only for members of the Sylvan Alliance Guild. They are the only ones that can be moved to start at this location. However, others who aren't members of the Sylvan Alliance can walk their way to it manually if they can find how to do so. So this one isn't banned for others, but you won't be teleported there to start. So the Sylvan Alliance will get a head start on everyone, which is the way we want it. This one was designed for them, and is quite a lot of work actually. It's quite a lot involved. Now I haven't done the whole of Terry Keitlinger's dungeon because what he created was enormous, and it's too big really for me to put into a single guild. But I've used a piece of it, some of it, and put that into the game. I think it's still going to be quite interesting, and I think the players will enjoy it. It's still lots to adventure in, and then if it goes well and it's popular, we'll use the rest as like a sequel. Okay, the 5th one is Secret of the Red Knights, and this is an important one, so please pay attention. Spies working for the ranks of the Royal Army believe they have uncovered the mysterious Red Knights' home base. After months of this enemy striking at the kingdom, now is the time to strike back. A surprise mission is being prepared. Brave adventurers are sought. No more information is available in order to be sure that the enemy do not know what has been discovered about them. But this may be the best chance for Berenice to hit its enemies before they grow stronger and put a stop to these upstarts before any more Berenian lives are lost. So, the gist of it is, as you know, if you've been following the story in the game, the Red Knights are a mysterious enemy that came out of nowhere, attacked a number of cities, are still attacking some cities, although they have been defeated in some places. There's some belief that some of the other rebels may be associated with them, but nobody's sure about that yet. And nobody knows the origins. People have made guesses, but nobody actually knows what it is that started the Red Knights. So this is the opportunity to find out, because clearly the spies have worked out something. They don't want to say what it is they've worked out, but they need to make a sudden strike, a surprise strike on the enemy. And this is the best chance to do that. So if you've got characters who you think can do that, anyone can. Any characters will be moved to the starting location, or you can start new characters there as you prefer. And those are your 5 new areas. So just to go over them again: Aid to Jobala, Last Man Standing, The Great Little Dungeon, Secrets of the Drakator, and Secrets of the Red Knights. So a couple of secrets there. 5 new areas. Hope you will enjoy them. Hope lots of people will move characters to them and sign up for them. Lots of other work going on as well, because we did 2 chat rooms, Mad-Dash chat rooms. We did one based on estates and one based on trader positions, and a number of interesting ideas were put forward for how we could improve those 2 position types, and I have implemented a lot of it and will be finishing most of it over this weekend. I still hope to start Demon Rift before the new year. It's a lot of work, and I'm not saying it isn't, but I'm doing well. I'm on a buzz, so hoping that we'll get it all done. What else is there? Just quickly browse through. Have been in touch by email with the current with Bill Mailing, who runs the current king, and he has been giving me some instruction on some of the dukes that are spaces to be filled. You'll notice that the Duke of Jobala has now been named and wasn't one of Bill's ones. More information about that over the weekend. But Bill, if you haven't given me the various positions I said, you probably either need to do so or need to choose a second to do so, because otherwise they're going to start filling themselves, those positions. Anyway, I'll probably talk to you again before the new year. If I don't, then have a fantastic new year, and I'll talk to you once we get into 2020. But I probably will do another podcast over the weekend. I'm sure I'm going to. You can't sign up for the new positions right now, because I'm running the turn at the moment, but as of next turn you'll be able to, so you can start sending the stuff in after you get your new turns. And just a quick reminder that the Christmas special offers come to a close on the 30th, so you have 3 more days to take up those offers if you want to. And people know that I always do this, so it's a bit of a cheat really. But the items that closed on the 10th and the 15th for sign up are now available for the last 3 days. So if you fancied those, those special offer gifts, and you missed the opportunity, you now have that opportunity very briefly again for 3 days on the 30th at midnight British time. That's the end. No more special offers. Time is up. So that's your last chance. Anyway, hope you've had a fantastic holiday and look forward to talking to you all again soon. See you later.